I'm sitting here with Dennis Schröder, a main role model to many youngsters who watch basketball, and not only in the USA but also in Germany, his home country. He has faced and overcome many challenges as a young professional to become the person that he is today. He's playing in the NBA and is a dream of many others for the Atlanta Hawks. How does it feel, Dennis, to be drafted by the Atlanta Hawks as a 17th overall pick?
I think it's an amazing feeling to pick 17. I promised that my dad, and yeah, now the dream came through, and I'm happy.
How do you come to promising your dad? Do you want to say anything about that?
I mean, he supported me every time. My family supported me every time. So he was in every game or practice, and yeah, that's the reason. 1 week before he died, I told him, like he told me, you can make it, and it's not impossible to not make it to the NBA. So I was working hard after that when he passed, and yeah, I just chased my dream till I made it.
That's awesome. How difficult is it actually playing in such a big league compared playing in Europe?
I mean, every day or every second day you play against the best point guard in the league, so they're athletic and they're good, and I think every game you're getting better at something because you play against such good point guards every night.
So was it actually very difficult to compare, to actually really get into gaining this spot at the Atlanta Hawks? I mean, did you have to really fight for it?
Yeah, my first year I didn't play at all. I played, I think, the first 20 games. After that I sat down for like 30 games, so that was tough for me, but I just kept working hard and yeah, tried to get coaches' trust and teammates' trust. And my second year was a little better. I played national team last summer. I think that helped me a lot, and then yeah, I came to Atlanta and just worked hard, and then the coach just gave me his trust, and I think I had a great year.
I got another question on that, because I know in college basketball, I play college basketball myself, and as a rookie it's really hard. You have to go through some challenges. How did you feel about it? I know about a Mickey Mouse backpack. Do you want to tell me anything about that?
Yeah, Jeff Teague and Lou Williams gave me the Mickey Mouse backpack for 10 games. But after that, everything was a little, like the coach said, you don't want that no more. And yeah, after that, I didn't have to do nothing at all.
Okay.
Because we had like so great like teammates who helped us, and so I didn't have to do anything else.
So was that actually the point when you gained the respect from your teammates, or did it take a little bit longer?
No, it took a little bit longer. I think to come to Atlanta with 19, get drafted 17 overall, and then you're 19 coming straight from Europe, I think it's hard to earn their trust. And yeah, I worked really hard for it, and I was the first guy who was in the gym, this last guy who went out, and I think then they realized I'm a really hard worker. And, yeah, and then yeah, they trusted me.
I actually followed you basketball path, and I found out, and probably not just me, that every time the second season in a year you actually improved, and it was always your comfortable year. Do you always need this time to actually get comfortable and get into the game, or get used to your teammates?
I think the first year for everybody is tough. So first year is like just to get used to the league and see how it works and see how the other guys play. And the second year you get really comfortable, and like I said, when the teammates and the coaches trust you, you really get confident, and that was my situation. So I just played, I didn't worry about nothing else, and yeah, that was the reason.
So who is your best buddy at the Hawks team? I mean, who did you learn the most from? I heard something you talking about a player in an interview, and I just wanted to ask you, is there any teammate that you really learned from and you appreciate the fact that he gave you something on your way?
I think John Jenkins is the main guy who helped me with everything, and we both didn't play the first year and the second year for him. But he is every time patient and he keep working. I was at a point where I said, I don't even want to play no more. Like I want to get in the game, get minutes, and don't want to work and getting workouts after the game.
Right.
And yeah, he was like, be patient, trust me, your second year you're gonna get it. And after that was like real quick. So I really appreciate what he did for me. And Jeff Teague, Al Horford, and Kyle Korver, they teach me a lot off the court and on the court. And like I said, everybody in the Hawks team is really helpful, and everybody tried to help each other.
Right. Well, in the regular season last year, you had the best record in the Eastern Conference. So what did it mean to you then, actually, after whatever you told me right now, right? I mean, how did it feel?
I think we made history, so...
Right.
That was the greatest year I think I have had, and with the team. And I think our team chemistry was so good that everybody was playing good, and I think it was just great. Everything went well, and the coach, he did an amazing job with it. And yeah, I think it was just perfect.
Well, was it disappointing for you not making the finals, or were you very proud of actually making the Eastern Conference Finals?
I think after the game, everybody was a little bit sad and mad too. But after a day or two, everybody was really proud of themselves and of the team, because we made history already. And we made the Eastern Conference Finals, and I think nobody did that before.
Right.
With the Atlanta Hawks, and I think that's a big accomplishment what we took. And
I feel the same way.
Yeah, that's great.
I feel the same way. I would feel the same way. How was it playing against the Cavaliers with the best player in the world, LeBron James? How did it feel? That must be amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. Every time when I was on the bench, I look what he did every time and how he read the situations. And but you just try to concentrate on the team and try to get the win. But he was had every game probably a triple-double, and yeah, he's a good player. And yeah, he carried the Cleveland to the finals. And
right, exactly.
This is, yeah, we got to give him credit for sure.
He's the best player in the world, right?
So,
what are you going to say? You can just learn from him, right? You take it. You have been compared actually to another great European player who was also in the NBA and became a champion. That's Tony Parker. How does that feel? I mean, that's also a huge accomplishment, right?
Right. Everybody was saying, when I got to the league and the coaches, they was like, oh, you playing like Tony Parker. You remind me of Tony Parker and Rajon Rondo. And yeah, when you hear that, you feel really proud of you and of yourself. And yeah, they two really, I think the best point guards in the world or in the NBA. And to get compared to them is really, really good. And I hope that I make a same career like them, or one day I'll be an all-star like them, or win a championship.
Exactly. I think you will do it, actually. Now my last question that I have on my mind, and not probably just me, probably a lot of fans out there is the same way. What is next for Dennis Schroeder? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
5 years. I try to be, for sure, starting point guard for a team. Try to give more minutes, 30, 35 minutes, and yeah, try to be the face of the team and try to lead them. And yeah, for sure, make the All-Star team. And then after that, I think it's win a championship. So we got to see how far we can go with that.
I mean, what do you want more, right? I mean, you actually made it pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to thank you for taking this time to talk to me.
No problem.
This was a great conversation. This was good information. I think you're a really good player. I think you're going to make it very far out there.
Appreciate
And
it.
thank you. And I hope and I will follow you. Continue success. And we'll talk to you again.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it.
The Eisbären Bremerhaven have signed former NBA player Tyrus Thomas, a great transfer for the organization here in Bremerhaven. Today we will find out what it means to the club and to the German Bundesliga. The Eisbären transfer could be a real good deal. Never before did they sign a famous player like Tyrus Thomas. The forward played for the Chicago Bulls and the Charlotte Bobcats. The 4th overall pick in the NBA draft was indeed successful, averaging 10 points and 6 rebounds in his best season for the Bulls. After a long break due to injuries and unsuccessful tries to get back in the NBA, he signed abroad with the Eisbären Bremerhaven to get back on track. You were actually injured for quite a while, so how was it, the recovery, and how did you get back on track?
It's been a long road. I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be able to try to continue my progress and regaining my body and regaining my confidence in my game.
Okay. So it's actually amazing to have a former NBA player coming here to Germany. I mean, for the fans, it's amazing, experience. Why Germany? Why Bremerhaven? I mean, you had probably many different choices.
Not as many as people think, but like I said again, I'm a very close friend that I trust. Is good friends with the owner, and a very close friend that I trust. He knows and is familiar with the coach. So for me, it was a decision that I made based on knowing that I would have good people around me and good people to help me rebuild.
Even if Thomas is still far away from being in his best shape, he's still an interesting player. In the beginning of the season, he signed a 10-day contract with the Memphis Grizzlies, but the contract wasn't renewed. Besides basketball, he's a businessman as well. I know you have a charity going on in the States, is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Growing up, I was very less fortunate. So when I got to the NBA and I was able to give back, I tried to give back a lot of ways that I got help as a kid. I do different things for holidays and back to school and helping any way I can. My family often got help from others, so I try to make sure that I repay and show my gratitude.
So how do you feel being here in Germany? I mean, you're not here for such a long time yet, but how do you feel so far?
It's been great, man. Like I say, the people that I've come in contact with have been great. My teammates have been awesome, helping me get adjusted to being over here. Everybody that works with the team has helped me adjust pretty fast, and right now I'm just waiting to get my body acclimated to the time difference.
Tyrus Thomas has the potential of becoming one of the top players in Europe, but first he has to get back in shape. Lorenzo, how is it to be back in Bremerhaven?
It feels really good to be back. This is a place me and my wife really like a lot. I'm just excited about the team, and I'm just ready to get started.
What type of role are you playing in the team?
I'm sure I'll be, the point guard, like last season. I'm not sure exactly what they want me to do yet. I mean, I've talked with the coaches a little bit about, things that we could do better or maybe something we need. I'm just willing to help in any way I can, and like I said, I'm just ready to get started.
The situation is not really good at the moment. It's 1 win out of 9 games. So what's your personal impression in the season, and where do you see the Eisbären?
I watched a few games when I was back home. I haven't had a chance to watch every game, but I think everybody knows there were a lot of close games that we could have won, but we let it slip away at the end. So I think our record doesn't really indicate how good of a team we can be. So, we went through similar things last season. So, we just have to learn how to fix those things at the end of games, and I think we'll be okay.
You're going to play with Jerry Smith. Was that one big factor why you wanted to come back to Bremerhaven?
Definitely. In the short time that I've known Jerry, we became pretty good friends, and, clearly, in my opinion, he's a good basketball player, and, someone that can also, do some of the things that I can do as well, which, takes a little bit of pressure off of me. So, I'm definitely looking forward to playing with him again, and he was, a big part of the reason I wanted to come back.
Did you play anywhere else recently, or did you have any other contract at all?
No, I had no other contract. My son was born here last year. As being this is my ninth year playing professionally, I hadn't had much time at home, and my wife and I, we wanted our son to spend some time with his family for a little bit first before we got back started. So, this just came at the perfect opportunity. Right after his birthday, which was like ready. When we were ready to leave. So, we just feel like it's perfect timing, and we're ready to make something happen.
Great. And how fit are you? Are you going to play next weekend?
Well, I feel like I'm fit. I feel like I'm ready to play. I've been working out hard at home. Like I said, this is my 9th year playing professional basketball, so I kind of know what it takes to be ready, even if I'm not here training with the team. But that's the coach's decision. I'm not sure what we'll do yet, but I'm just ready to get to this practice and figure out what I need to do, and we'll take it from there.
Lorenzo Williams spent his off-season in his hometown Houston, Texas. The point guard was one of the leading players on last year's Eisbären roster. Him and the other point guard, Jerry Smith, are a great combination on the court. Looking at the statistics, this was a good move to handle the bad turnover situation here in Bremerhaven.
Anybody who's seen our stats knows that we're one of the worst teams with the turnover and the assist ratio. With the turnover and assist ratio. So Lorenzo is a guy who can help us with that sort of thing, helping his teammates get the ball in good position and good timing and limiting turnovers, just getting us more shots.
How important is he for his teammates? What do you feel like what kind of position does he have?
Well, we have a completely new team, so I would say for last season the situation was extremely important. The teammates felt very comfortable with him and knew what they were getting and knew they would get the ball, when they'd get the ball, how they get the ball, knew how they were supposed to defend and what they were supposed to do. Right now he's got to integrate himself into a new team. That's never easy, and that always takes a little while. Because we only have one guy here from last season that he played with. So all that stuff takes some time, but we'll figure it out.
The Eisbären took action at the right time. To bring the team back up on the top, they really needed an experience.
Hinter mir findet gerade die große Jagd statt. Das letzte Rennen und das letzte Finale, auch für Marcel Barth, der höchstwahrscheinlich nicht auf dem Siegerpodest stehen wird. Das wird, glaube ich, die Nummer 9 und das sind Kals und Kaise.
Wie fühlt sich so ein Sieg an?
Ja, jetzt zum dritten Mal natürlich wieder wunderschön. Kannst immer noch nicht richtig glauben, dass wir gewonnen haben, weil es am Anfang doch schwer war, den Sieg wieder einzufahren. Aber mit Ilja an der Seite war es dann doch irgendwie, ich will nicht sagen leicht, aber gegenüber den anderen ein bisschen einfacher.
Hast du denn damit schon gerechnet mit dem Sieg?
Nein, mit so einem Sieg kann man niemals rechnen. Wir sehen es jetzt an Christian Grassmann, mein Teamchef, der natürlich dann von der Krankheit geplagt wurde. Das hätte uns natürlich auch passieren können. Ich habe wahnsinnig große Sitzbeschwerden, so wie Theo Reinhardt, konnte mich aber noch durchkämpfen und bin deswegen auch sehr froh, dass wir angekommen sind.
Live Lampata und Wim Strötinger machten es den Siegern bis zum Ende noch mal schwer. Aber Kals und Kaise, sie waren halt einfach von einem anderen Stern.
Warum hat es nicht gereicht am Ende?
Die Beine waren nicht gut genug auf jeden Fall. Ein bisschen Ausschlag. Iljo Kaise, muss ich sagen, war beeindruckend diese Woche. Die ganze Woche, von daher am Ende verdienter Sieger. Er hat nochmal alles rausgeholt, hat er auch müssen, aber da fehlt dann einfach ein bisschen. Da muss man sagen, müssen 3-4% mehr her.
Hättest du da schon mit eigentlich auch gerechnet oder?
Ja, also ich war definitiv eher darauf eingestellt, dass wir nicht gewinnen. Das war heute einfach von den vorangegangenen Tagen einfach das Ergebnis, was wir stehen hatten, war logischerweise nicht gut für uns, das muss man sagen.
Einer wurde gestern besonders sentimental, als es in die letzten Runden ging. Publikumsliebling Marcel Barth oder auch Ballerbart, wie sie ihn nennen. Für den 30-Jährigen, der mit seinem Teamkollegen Robbie Gies eher im hinteren Fahrerfeld aufzufinden war, hat gestern seine Rennradschuhe offiziell an den Nagel gehängt. Aus, Schluss, vorbei. Für den Publikumsliebling Ballerbart.
Erzähl mal, wo kommt denn das Krokodil her?
Ja, das Krokodil habe ich vom DJ Tolli geschenkt bekommen und vom Sebastian von Lütgen, der die Bahn hier gebaut hat. Und das wird mich immer an die schöne Zeit hier in Bremen erinnern.
Das heißt, ihr seid enge Freunde, ja?
Ja, wir sind über die 8 Jahre, wo ich jetzt bin, sehr gute Freunde geworden. Und das ist natürlich dann traurig, wenn man das hier so verlassen muss.
Ja, was fühlst du denn gerade in diesem Moment?
Ja, ein bisschen Wehmut, aber auch viel Glück, dass ich das endlich geschafft habe, die Schmerzen hinter mir zu lassen, weil es tut dann doch ganz schön weh, sich immer vorzubereiten.
Und wie hat sich das auf der Rennbahn angefühlt, jetzt das letzte Mal für dich?
Ja, kann man schwer beschreiben. Man musste teilweise mit den Tränen kämpfen, dann wieder nicht. Und ja, so ist es jetzt vorbei.
Wahnsinn, das heißt, auf der Rennbahn, trotz allem, ja, kommen die Gefühle durch.
Ja, also es kommt dann zwischenzeitlich mal durch, weil man natürlich Revue passieren lässt, was man alles erlebt hat. Und ja, da wird man natürlich ein bisschen traurig.
Der Marcel Barth, das ist ja sein letztes Rennen. Und wollen Sie ihm vielleicht noch mal irgendwas sagen? Oder auch, was ich gerne wissen möchte, was ist so besonders an ihm?
Also erstmal wünsche ich ihm viel, viel Glück für das Leben nach dem Radsport und er soll so bleiben, wie er ist. Und das Besondere ist einfach, dass er ein total lockerer, super Typ ist.
Er ist auf jeden Fall ein sehr guter Freund von mir. Wir haben viel, viel Spaß gehabt, viel zusammen erlebt. Das kann man auch nicht alles erzählen, was da passiert ist. Also von daher ein ganz großartiger Typ einfach. Kann man nur nicht genug loben. Es gibt Leute, die machen einfach immer Party um sich herum. Die sitzen einfach irgendwie, die strahlen das aus und da ist er beeindruckend. Solche Leute braucht man auch im Sport.
Am Tag Nummer 6 der Six Days ging es nur noch um Sport. Wo sonst neben der Rennstrecke gefeiert wurde, war nur noch Maskottchen Speedy am Tanzen.
So, ich habe mich jetzt mal hier unter die Leute gemischt. Viel ist hier leider nicht wirklich los. Aber ich gucke jetzt mal, ob die sich auch mit dem Sport auskennen. Können Sie mir noch mal den Unterschied erklären von der großen Jagd und der kleinen Jagd?
Das kann ich nicht.
Ja, die große Jagd ist eine Stunde lang oder über die längste Zeit und die kleine Jagd über eine halbe Stunde.
Können Sie mir ein bisschen was über die Disziplinen erzählen?
Also die Jagd, klar, ne? Punkte und Runden gewinnen.
Kannst du mir noch irgendeine andere Disziplin erklären?
Den Sprint zum Beispiel. Und ja, also wir haben ja auch gerade die Sprinter gesehen da und die fahren dann halt um den Gesamtsieg und fahren einfach 1 gegen 1, wer vorne landet.
Da gibt es das Ausscheidungsfahren. Das ist ja das absolut Spannendste, wo der Letzte immer ausscheiden muss. Bin ich ja schon als Kind hier gewesen und immer mitgefiebert damals.
Also die kleine Jagd und große Jagd sind von den Disziplinen das Gleiche. Es geht halt darum, Runden rauszufahren und versuchen mit einer Nullrunde nachher als Erster durchs Ziel zu kommen. Das ist dann der Sieger. Die kleine Jagd ist halt nur 30 Minuten, die große Jagd 45 bzw. heute 60 Minuten zum Finale. Das ist der einzige Unterschied.
Wow, faszinierend. Was gibt es denn sonst noch für Disziplinen? Können Sie mir da noch weitere erklären?
Ja, es gibt das Mannschaftsausscheidungsfahren, was jetzt gerade ist. Das ist halt immer, die als letztes am Schwanz sind, die müssen halt raus und die zuletzt fahren. Da gibt es für die letzten 3 gibt's dann Punkte, die dann in die Gesamtwertung mit einfließen. Und da zählt heute Abend jeder Punkt.
Ob nach Punkten oder Runden, die Sieger Marcel Kaltz und Iljo Keisse waren in jeder Hinsicht deutlich vorne. Ein verdienter Sieg also von den beiden Radrennprofis.
Wird in Bremen mal wieder Rad gefahren. Angeschossen hat Jette Jo. Und wir hatten die Chance, mit der großen Designerin im Vorfeld schon mal zu sprechen.
Haben Sie denn schon mal andere Sporttrikots entworfen oder war das das erste Mal?
Das war das erste Mal und es macht Spaß. Ich ärgere mich ein bisschen, dass ich es noch nicht gemacht habe, weil eigentlich sind Sporttrikots genau mein Ding so.